Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make a very simple, portable XP farm, which is probably a bit different from everything that you've seen. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we dive in, let's explore the big question. Why do I need an XP farm in Minecraft? I came up with basically two answers. The first is to make XP so that you can enchant stuff with an enchantment table. These, of course, require a bit of a setup. You need bookshelves, books, and lapis lazuli, of course. The second is to repair damaged gear with mending. Up until recently, the only usable sources of XP that were available were basically mob farms in Bedrock Edition. Guardian farms and portal ticking gold farms were leading the pack. But it was possible, and remains so, to extract XP from basically any overworld mob farm, be it a creeper, GMF or other hostile farm. However, version 1.21 introduced a new player in town: infestation potions. As you may know, infestation potions are potions that give the affected mob a chance to generate silverfish upon taking damage. Namely, infested entities have a 10% chance to spawn 1 or 2 silverfish each time they are hurt. The potion lasts for 3 minutes. It can be made into a splash potion, and icing on the cake, it is quite cheap, only requiring the basic awkward potion, which serves as a common basis for all potions in the game, along with plain stone. Yes, it really is that cheap. What this means is that if you throw a splash infestation potion onto a mob, depending on its health and the amount of damage it receives each tick, you will potentially produce tremendous amounts of silverfish, which can be then killed with a trident killer for XP orbs. Let's take an iron golem placed on a magma block, for example. Magma blocks max out the frequency of damage that is possible in Minecraft, while keeping the amount of damage they deal really low, at 0.5 hearts every half second. Iron golems have 100 half hearts of health, which means without any kind of help, they can sustain damage for 50 seconds on a magma block before they die. This allows them to produce large amounts of silverfish. But of course, there are better alternatives, to which many people immediately ran. The best of those alternatives is the Allay, with its impressive ability to regenerate. There are dozens upon dozens of designs on YouTube that take advantage of Allays to produce XP with infestation potions. You have probably seen quite a few by this time. The one to rule them all, however, was made by Arc Thunder. I will put a link to his channel in the description. He hasn't made a video for his farm at the time this clip is being released, but hopefully he will someday. It is really a brilliant farm. Head, shoulders, and I would even say torso, hips and ankles above the competition. You can see some footage of it running right now on your screen with Arc's authorization. He said he would release it on the Bedrock Archive Discord server. I will leave a link to the server in the description. But let's get back to the subject of our video. Brilliant as those Allay farms are, I couldn't help but feel they have one flaw. They are a little bit annoying to set up, due to the very fact they use Allays. Since they can repair mending gear, XP farms can be desirable in any location. Near a fighting ground, they could repair your precious armor. Next to a digging site, they could repair your pickaxes and shovels. So I thought to myself, what if there was a mob that we could use anywhere in a portable XP farm simplified to its core that could be slapped together in 10 minutes while still providing decent amounts of XP? And I found the perfect candidate. The mob we are going to use here is the only truly immortal mob in the game, provided the right conditions are met. This mob is the player. Given the right conditions, a player can live on a magma block for extremely long times, provided they get at least full damage protection to gear and the regeneration effect. They will not take damage at all as long as the gear doesn't break. With full protection or fire protection for gear, they will also not take damage without regeneration as long as they remember to eat every once in a while. This farm is going to take advantage of exactly this. Let's take a look at the farm itself in its simplest version. As you can see, it is quite compact. At its core is a magma block where the player AFKs. Above that, there are 3 soul sand blocks. The reason for those is the fact whenever silverfish is generated from a player, it spawns above their head. If there is a block there, they will spawn inside of the closest available space, favoring the block immediately on top. Using soul sand, we push them upwards in a bubble column upon spawning, opening up their spot for further spawns. The silverfish are then fed into 3 trapdoor trident killers, which are on as long as the player AFKs on a pressure plate on top of the magma block. The trident killer uses wall blocks as a support for the tridents, since wall blocks are just the right thickness to allow silverfish to reach the tridents and drop their XP, while at the same time preventing them from falling down into the cell underneath. The rest of the build is just meant to prevent XP leakage and feed it with water streams to the AFK player. If used in conjunction with a nether digging construction site, the XP farm of course would need to be built in the overworld next to a close-by portal, since it requires the use of water. The way it is meant to be used is as follows. In the early mid-game, just equip basic diamond armor with full protection 2. Villagers will probably have provided you that at this point. And then just drink an extended regeneration potion, which you can either make from scratch or extend from potions grabbed in a witch hut farm. Stand on the pressure plate and drink the infestation potion. Immediately you will start getting XP. When you are a little more advanced and have access to beacons, just slap the farm next to a regeneration emitting beacon, for example, next to a digging perimeter. Then drink the infestation potion before you hop onto the pressure plate. The beacon's regeneration effect will keep you alive. Alternatively, as stated earlier, if you happen to have full protection 4 or fire protection 4 gear also enchanted with mending, you can survive without regeneration at all, simply by refilling your hunger bar whenever it takes a hit. And this is it. The big advantage of this farm is that it takes 0 effort building. It can be added to any site in 10 minutes. As it is, it will get you from level 0 to 37 with 1 potion, using full mending armor gear. The levels will be distributed as follows. A portion of them will be allotted to your mending armor to keep it at full health. Another portion will be allotted to mending tools and weapons. And the rest will go to the player as experience points. When equipping diamond armor, the amount of XP that manages to reach tools and weapons is not great, making the repairing process quite slow. However, as soon as you upgrade to netherite armor, the farm will begin to truly shine. Netherite armor doesn't take any damage from magma, and as a consequence, a far larger portion of the XP can be successfully allotted to tools, weapons, and to the players, repairing things much faster and producing more levels of XP. In any case, this contraption near your construction sites will always save you a great deal of trips to spawn, where a more perennial XP farm would typically be built. Let's see how to build the farm exactly. It is very simple. Start with a magma block. To the back of this magma block, attach 3 blocks of your choice. Then go to the left and add 1 more block, and to the right and add 1 block. Then to the front, add 6 blocks as shown on your screen. Like so. Then add 2 more blocks as shown on screen. Go 1 block on top and out of your platform as shown on screen, and add a wall made up of 5 blocks, like so. Here, place blocks like this. And do the same on the opposite side. Like so. At this point you should have this result. Now go behind your magma block and add blocks as shown on screen. Add an entrance to your XP farm. And close up the rest. Take 3 soul sand blocks and place them 2 blocks above your magma block, like so. Then next to these blocks, place blocks of your choice. Extend the wall up as shown on screen. Like so. Then, 1 block above this gap here, add 3 wall blocks. Over the soul sand blocks, place a roof. Before you close up your roof, take 2 buckets of water and place water source blocks. On top of your water source blocks, place more water to create a flowing water stream going towards the wall blocks. Then close up your roof. Now take a pumpkin, like so, and look at its stem. The stem points towards northwest. For this contraption we will use trapdoor trident killers. Trapdoor trident killers are directional. Their hinge needs to be placed either on the east side or south side, and the hinge must not be on the side where the mobs will come into it. So in our case here, our only choice to place our trapdoors is south. So let's place our 3 trapdoors like this. Then above this block here, place 3 other trapdoors. These 3 trapdoors will be used to align the tridents perfectly in order to trigger the trapdoor trident killers. Here, next to the trapdoors, place 3 solid blocks, like so. Then, place 1 block down from the solid blocks, place a block like so, a block like so, and create a staircase going to the back of your magma block. At this level here, place blocks in this pattern. Place 4 blocks like so, with 1 block in front and 1 block in the back. This is where we will place our comparator clock, which will trigger the trapdoor trident killers. Going into this comparator, place a repeater on 4 ticks. Then connect this like so. Add redstone dust to the back here, and then a pressure plate directly on top of your magma block. Whenever you stand on the pressure plate, the trapdoors are triggered. Like so. While we're inside, let's add 2 buttons, one here and one here. And then add water source blocks inside of this block here and this block here. And we now have converging water streams that will bring the XP to the player. The contraption is almost finished. All we need to add are the tridents. Throw 3 regular tridents, non-enchanted, as shown on your screen. And this is it, the farm is done. Now, let's take things a little bit further. Let's imagine you're on a site where you have access to automatic regeneration, say for example, a construction site equipped with a beacon. There, you might want to do longer, fully automated sessions. For that, all you need to do is to add to the base XP farm design a dispenser with a clock, and automatically dispense infestation potions every 3 minutes. Let's see how to do that. Go back inside of your farm and place a dispenser at head level right here. Going into this dispenser, place a hopper like so, and on top of this hopper, place a repeater. Break this block here and replace it with a solid block, like so. Now go to the back of your repeater here and add 1 block like so. Then extend 1 more block. To the left here, place 1 solid block like this and a sticky piston to its back, like so. Connect a redstone line going into this sticky piston, like this. Now, whenever you stand on the pressure plate, this sticky piston will extend, and this block here will connect this redstone dust here to the repeater. Now this redstone dust here will be connected on the opposite side to a hopper clock. Let's build it right now. To the back of this redstone dust here, add a redstone block. Immediately to its left, pushing inside the block, add a piston, like so. Leave 1 block of gap here and place another piston on this side, pushing into the redstone block as well. Now that this is done, place 2 solid blocks like this. On top of the redstone block here, place a temporary hopper. Into the hopper, place another hopper, break the hopper and place another hopper like this, so that the hoppers feed each other, like so. To the back of each hopper, add a comparator, like this, going into a solid block, like so. Underneath the solid block, place redstone dust. And this is it. Your clock is almost done. All that's left to do is to add 3 stacks and 33 items exactly to create a perfect 3 minutes clock. But of course, we don't want this clock to run at all times. So we need to add something to stop it. This is how we'll do it. Add 2 blocks like so, and here add a target block, like so. To the side of this target block, going into this solid block here, add a redstone torch. And connect the target block to the main redstone dust feeding signal, like so. This way, the clock will only be running whenever the player is AFK on the pressure plate. And this is almost finished. Go back to the hopper that you placed behind your dispenser, add 1 more hopper, and at least a chest or a barrel on top of it. Of course, you can extend the storage to add many more chests, to fit your needs. The contraption is almost done. All that's left to do is to add a fail-safe circuit for cases where you might stay long enough inside of the contraption to use up all of your infestation potions, which would cause XP to stop flowing, in turn causing your mending armor to stop being repaired, which would mean it would end up breaking and you would die on the magma block. In order to create this fail-safe circuit, we will place a comparator here, right next to our dispenser, going into a solid block here. To the side of this solid block we'll attach a redstone torch. And to the side of this torch we'll place a piston. This way, whenever the dispenser is empty, the piston is extended like so. If there's at least one potion inside of the dispenser, the piston retracts. This ensures that as soon as the last potion is dispensed, the player is pushed to the side of the magma block where they will be safe. Of course, this will waste the last one potion of your dispenser in the process, but it is much better than having the player die. And that's it! The automated version of the farm is done. Now, there's a little bonus. Remember how I said this farm was suited for portability? There is one use case where it would make complete sense to build it as a perennial contraption on top of an existing farm to purely and simply make it better. That farm is my ultimate regeneration farm. For those unfamiliar with the ultimate regeneration farm, it is a farm that uses axolotls in a single pod guardian farm in order to provide immense amounts of regeneration effect to the player at no cost. There is a link to the full tutorial in the description. The farm is very fast at providing the player with the regeneration effect, as you can see on screen right now. Of course, when combining the XP farm with a regeneration farm, we will use the automated version of the XP farm as shown on screen. Running this farm for 1 hour will require at least 20 infestation potions, one every 3 minutes, since the clock is perfectly tailored to deliver potions every 180 seconds. In this configuration, the combo XP regen farm takes the player from level 0 to about 134 in 1 hour, and also gives over 55 hours worth of regeneration effect. All the necessary regeneration is provided by the axolotls. Strangely, while it still requires diamond armor, you can get away with just 2 armor elements enchanted with protection 1, which are of course trivial to get. I don't know why the regeneration effect given by axolotls seems to be better than the one provided by potions or beacons, but anyways. Walk in with just your basic armor and 20 infestation splash potions. Leave with XP levels to flex and insane amounts of regeneration effect. This is what this advanced rendition of the farm provides you with. And this is it for today. I hope this contraption will find uses in your world. There are world downloads available in the description for both the regular farm and the Ultimate Regeneration XP combo. With these world downloads, you will be able to check out the farms from closer and test their rates for yourselves. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them in the comment section and I will do my best to reply as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.